Many people neglect the importance of stretching in their workouts. This can lead to injury, tight muscles, and the inability to perform full range of motion of an exercise. If you're just starting your fitness journey out, or you want to learn more about stretching, this video is for you. Make sure you watch to the end of the video if you want to learn more about the most effective stretching method to make gains quickly. So I noticed that a lot of people don't know when is the right time to perform the different types of static and dynamic stretching. Before a workout, it's important to focus on stretching exercises that move your body through range of motion, opening up that joint. These exercises should be dynamic focused to increase blood flow for the workout, no more than 30 seconds. After your main workout is when you should focus on improving your range of motion with the more static focus exercises that have you holding a stretch for anywhere between 60 to 90 seconds. Many of you may hold your static stretches for a shorter period of time, but if you want the best results, I'd focus on holding the stretch anywhere between 60 to 90 seconds. So there are different subcategories of static and dynamic stretches that I'm going to be talking about. The first ones are going to be dynamic focused stretching, which you would see in the normal section of your workout. So the first one is ballistic stretching. Ballistic stretching is a stretching which uses momentum to move the joint past its range of motion. For example, leg swings. Active stretching is when you use the agonist muscle, the primary muscle mover, to stretch out the antagonist muscle. Yoga would be a great example of active stretching. A lot of the poses you do require you to hold your muscles in certain positions while stretching another out. This helps relax the antagonist muscle, the reciprocal inhibition. Reciprocal inhibition is when you stretch a muscle group, causing the opposing muscle group to relax. Now onto the different types of static stretching that are to be used at the end of a workout during the cooldown period. So the first one is isometric stretching. Isometric stretching holds the muscle in a position while it's contracted to increase your range of motion. It can also help increase the strength of the tense muscle. For example, push the wall calf stretch. You actively attempt to move the wall while stretching out your calf. The next one is passively stretching. Passive stretching is one in which you hold a position for a certain period of time. This is one of the most common forms of stretching you'll see. You've probably done it before. One of the most effective ways to build flexibility is to do PNF stretching. PNF stretching stands for proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. It stands out because it combines passive stretching and isometric stretching in order to make stretching gains as quickly as possible. In order to perform PNF stretching, you passively stretch out a muscle and then contract it against resistance for a period of time and then passively stretch it again. For example, having a partner stretch out your legs passively and then contracting your legs to push against your partner for 5 to 10 seconds and then stretching out passively for 20 to 30 seconds. It's important to note not all of the static stretches I discussed are supposed to be held for 60 seconds. Isometric and PNF stretching isn't designed to be held for long periods of time in one go. It's better to accumulate volume over time. In order to pick the right exercises for your stretch routine, you should focus on stretching out the major parts of the body. That would consist of the shoulder, hip, wrist, spine, and neck. You should have at least one stretching exercise per muscle group, but I recommend a few. Here are some common exercises for each one. So for the neck, the first exercise is neck retraction. You're going to want to look forward, keep your chin tucked slightly, and then slowly bring your neck back. Do 10 to 15 repetitions of this and hold the position for a few seconds before starting another rep. The next exercise is neck rotation. Look straight ahead with the chin slightly positioned downwards. Slowly turn your head back and forth as far as you can without any pain. Do 10 to 15 repetitions, holding the position for a few seconds before starting the next rep. The final exercise is doorway stretch. Stand in between the doorway and put your forearms flat on the door frame. Extend one foot in front of the body to stretch out the neck and the chest. These next stretches are going to help stretch out the shoulder, chest, and back. So the first one is dislocation shoulder drill. You can use a band or a thin pole. Bring the pole in front of you and extend it back until your hands reach your back, and then bring it back again. This drill helps stretch out the shoulder and chest. Do at least 10 to 15 repetitions. The next stretch is this shoulder extension. Get into a seated position. Position your hands behind you. Slowly extend your body away from your hands until you feel a stretch in the chest area. Hold for 60 seconds. The final exercise is the wall slides. Stand back against the wall with your feet shoulder width apart. Raise your arms all the way up slowly and lower them back down. Do at least 10 to 15 repetitions. Alright, so onto the spine. The first exercise is the cat-cow pose. First protract the scapula, squeezing your abdomen, then retract the scapula, bending your back into a C shape. Do 10 to 15 reps of this. The next exercise is the world's greatest stretch. Now one leg onto the ground, and while the other leg is off the ground, raise the opposite side hand upwards. Hold it for 30 seconds for each side. The last exercise is the back bridge. There are many different variations of the back bridge that you can do if it's too hard in the beginning to complete a full back bridge. In order to do the full back bridge, get down to your back and use your hand to press your body into an upside down C. I will start out holding the back bridge for as long as you're comfortable with until you get used to the movement. If you're a calisthenic athlete out there, it's important to have some type of wrist exercise to do because it's very common for calisthenic athletes to get the wrist hurt while training. Wrist rolls are a great exercise to use to stretch out your wrists. Clasp your hands together and rotate the wrist for about 30 seconds. Lastly, the hips. These hip stretches will help stretch out the butt, hamstring, and quads muscles of the body. The cobblestone stretch. Sit down onto the floor and face the palm of each foot toward each other. Use your elbows to press down your thighs, stretch them out. Hold it for 60 to 90 seconds. The last one is the world's greatest stretch. The world's greatest stretch is also a great exercise for the lower body as well as the upper body. Stretching offers a lot more benefits than just increasing range of motion. It can help increase blood flow to the muscle, which can help with warming the muscles up before workout. It helps with better body alignment, making your posture better. It can reduce the chance of getting injury because it stretches out the stiff muscles within the body. Stretching has also some mental benefits. Stretching has been reported to help release stress because when the body is under emotional or physical stress, it tends to tighten the muscles. Stretching can help relieve the tension found commonly in the neck, upper back, head, and shoulders. If you guys have any feedback to give me, I'd really love to hear from you guys. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for me.